points. That's the only area the defenders have to really clap back at you. Do they know Doki is caught in bathroom, though? The way they're moving around, it makes me think, no, this is a prime opportunity for him.
Oh, now you should see things escalate pretty quickly. With one being dead, a second one comes down. Ranchero swinging around for yet another. They even find one coming down. White Shaiko this time. They're just picking Na'Vi to pieces here, it feels like. There is one left alive. Plant going down. 4 versus 1. It's fair to say we know how this first round's going, but it is a double kill for Blur. Is there a potential clutch on the cards? No, there's not, because Shaiko does what Shaiko does best, and he slays 3 members on the map. So not only have they cleared most of the map, not only have they got Shaiko pushing his way down yellow again as he finds a kill onto saves.
Kendra's decided enough is enough, and he'll slap down one of the big fraggers of Bride. There we go. This is what we're after. Lems will also walk on in, and I don't know, this round is playing out the same. I'm not sure if anyone's really close enough to pick up their teammate of Rafale. Good shot on a Joe.
And you can tell by just how many holes in the floor there are exactly what the game plan is here for Na'Vi. There is no peace inside that site. You need to take control of downstairs if you're going to be able to get away with this, or to push it through the corridor. That leaves it all down to the site players who haven't got a C4 or a dream between them, it seems. Another kill comes up upstairs as Burrito brings down saves. He's got himself into a very strange position. Finds a second for himself onto Kendra. It's a 1 versus 3 for Blur. He's been here once this map, and it didn't go too well the first time. No expectation for White to change here. Down to 25 HP. That's going to be BDS going 3-0 pretty comfortably here against the UK side. Last time, actually, I believe one of the teams managed to achieve it on Villa with a hop up through the study hatch, but outside of that, we haven't really seen it happen. Same way it's not happening for Doki in this game at all. Rafale getting yet another shutdown. It's just
this is looking really bad.
Can only imagine the kind of emotions running through this Na'Vi team. How do you even fight against that? Gets instantly traded out because Bride somehow clicked the head at the right time. In a 1 versus 3 as a result of that trade. Nothing much more to say as Kendra tries to go onto Rafale.
Not needing to. That is just amazing for the side of BDS and BDS fans.
Oh, good night, Blur. Looking at players like Burrito, who back in stage 1 we all remember had a rating of 2.0 average for the first few weeks. Ranchero, again, best rated player for the longest time. And Lem sometimes on his day can really step up. But today, apparently, it's still the Shaiko show. And Joe, he's a no-show. 0-5 in these 5 rounds.
Bomb located by attackers.
I just don't know what to say. I mean, at this point, if you're Na'Vi, you just got to try something. Is it? Oh, not that. But
yes. Can we just point out
something.
How many times have BDS killed an Na'Vi member through the floor this game? I'm probably counting up to 6 or 7 at this point.
I can't speak.
It is brutal. Someone call 911. There's a murder on the go at the minute, and this is looking like it's going to be over quick. Even in the second half, it doesn't matter what amount of strategy you put behind it. All the gunfights are going the way of BDS in the final 45 seconds as we go into a 3 versus 3. Feels like with those couple of kills coming back the way of Na'Vi, it's balancing things out ever so slightly. And Joe, you think for a player they put up to be a young gunner would be able to hit shots like these, but he still loses it.
What?
He sees his head the first time, sees it the second, but Shaiko is just better. 3 versus 1. Blur for the 3rd time this half is in a 1vx. He's going to try. He's going to fail. Ranchero's going to put him in the dirt. BDS are 6-0 after 6. Oh, it's unbelievable.
For Shaiko, though, he does often sort of play by himself, and he usually does quite well. Lems will take the head off of Joe. My problem is that you can't rely on that sort of one difference maker, that one player, and Lems is joining him. So don't worry. He's got his buddy with him that usually roams around. And if you're Blur trying to take this 1v1, I'm scared for you.
What scares me is that it's Blur by himself pushing. He's got this.
In this particular best of 3, remember, it's not over until it's over. We've got a best of 3 to work with here. You can't miss those shots, Doki, my man. You're going up against the one and only Shaiko, and you're losing out. What is going on?
They're just getting ruined, and at this point, I imagine Kendra and Says are looking at each other and just shrugging their shoulders like, what can we do? Genuinely, what can we do? We can't clear them out the map. Shaiko's still running around like a lunatic. He's found a triple kill. Kendra's in the dirt. He completes it with the 4K, and that just summarizes how this map has gone. BDS, total domination. Lem, little does he know, there is a player sat on the other side of that soft wall. All it would take a couple of bullets and then achieve the wonderful
playing, whether it's, the Mozzie, if it's the Vigil, whoever it is, and just go gun them. And that's the sort of freedom that they've given them.
Oh, BDS getting away with the plant here as well as that C4 didn't connect, and Kendra is also being gatted down as he does try to contest onto the planter. But here comes Doki. He's in a spot where if he knew where he was through the wall, it could have been a bit of a shot onto Brede. Not going to happen, and Brede's even found a kill and got himself back into the full spot. Doki walks around. Was he reloading there as he walked around the corner? It looked like it, but either way, he's in the dirt. Brede onto a triple kill. This man plants and kills them all himself. 3 kills. Can he make it a 4th? Because it's Blur once again in a 1BX. This man is so unfortunate.
In fact, he can shift W with all the freedom he wants. The only player he's going to go head-to-head with here is Doki. There's another player near Doki as well for the trade.
Still tearing his way around the ground floor alongside Blur. They're looking to do all they can here to disrupt, but don't know that he's in the corner. It turns into a bit of a trade by the looks of it. In fact, instantly, it is a trade. Doki and Kendra, the last 2 left alive, the OGs of this roster, you might say. They're each other, of course, for a long time. They've got work to do, but Kendra can't beat Rafal inside of dirt. It's down to Doki. He's already brought down God himself in Shaiko in this round. Can he get the last 2? Because they've got to push their way down here. 30 seconds to go. Goes for 1, but he can't beat Renshiro.
Brede, there's a couple of those roam clearers nearby, and they are encircling him like sharks.
Probably the best way you can describe it, yes. But it all comes down to the clock, as we've seen a couple of times from BDS on this map. It can come back to bite them, but they're getting the early kills. Like I say, 15 seconds. We're still in a 5 versus 3. BDS a little bit limited on intel right here. They have no drones left, so this is all going to come down to winning their ones. Kendra winning his one against Alem. 9 seconds left. A 3 versus 3. Renshiro strikes back. 3 versus 2. Brede's going to get this plant off, though, and there's no one to stop him. Sayes is left alone entirely by himself. Isn't aware of the player in blue. BDS are going to take their 3rd attacking round here on Clubhouse. BDS aren't contesting you around the map. It is going to help when it comes around to situations like these. Go feeling a little bit brave, trying to push his way down towards a spot where Shaiko would normally be holding. Maybe feeling quite confident knowing that it's not the Demon King himself waiting for him at the other side. You should still be feeling nervous because this Renshiro swings round, finds a second into Moto, and like that, this round is flipped on its head. It's going to be BDS in control, and they know where one player is. No doubt got some intel on here that he is going to be holding this angle, and they are just daring Blur to peek his head out. Will do so. Doesn't lose his life, but does lose about 25 HP. Down goes Sayes. Blur again in another 1BX situation, but he's got a lot of work to do. Gonna get smoked out here. Can't open the wall. They know exactly where he's coming from. Great shot from Blur. It's a 1 versus 1, but I don't think he has enough time. Slowed by the Malusi, and Brede can quite happily step back here with no worries at all. Straight into dirt he goes, and BDS win round number 9 down to the clock.
It propels themselves into OT, and they've got over 60 seconds yet to work with here. What you're not seeing is that you want Doki to get in and get that wall open for the pinch. He decides to shoot the ADS instead of Shaiko's head, and Shaiko will clap back.
Is holding fast. If he gets pre-fire on this angle, it would be absolutely godly and sublime. Doesn't work out that way. Blur runs across, doesn't get shot. Alem missed his chance, and now he's going to have to go and strike. In fact, all the boys are. Kendrick's holding the angle, and here comes Alem. Finds 1, finds 2. He's got a triple kill for himself, and Kendrick's left in a 1 versus 3. He's going to win this one. To bring down all 3 members, a little bit of a tall order, Jess. So let's start thinking about what happens if you can't do it.
When you're playing a verticality site like this, here we go. They want to get on the side and get on now.
They're going for the plant as well. Rafal sticking it out here. Pros don't fake, but Blur's coming up behind him. Surely they know, but there's no one covering. Will he be able to stick it? Yes, he will. Doesn't see him planting in the default spot. Tries to go for it, but loses out. Oh my God, for the 2nd time today, the scopes have screwed them over. 1 versus 2. BDS, you've got the plant down. This should be an easy win. But by the sounds of it, Na'Vi have been completely blindsided. Got to try super hard to try and recover here. It's not going to happen. BDS get away with a stealth plant that sadly they just didn't see coming. They managed to snatch that round away. His Selma charge, only because he wanted the 1 wall being opened up. So you have a good sight line through. Not enough that it lets you get a bit cheeky due to the size of the hole, but just enough that like a Hibana-shaped hole gives you a good angle through. It's almost like they really like Hibana here, Jess. They also really like kills as they brought down 2 members on the side of Na'Vi. Make it a 3rd. There's 1 more in VIP. Will he see him? No, he won't, unfortunately.
Na'Vi, Joe, and Blur to battle it out against 3 very experienced BDS players. Alem's one of those men. 1 minute 20 left. The attackers have so much time to work with here. They're even going to go for the plant. They don't care about the kill. They're an objective-based team, Des, and they got 1 Roni in hand. Not enough bullets to deal with all 3 players throughout the map, and as a result, well, that might have been helping the team far more than we can notice.
Clock, mind you, that it does start working against them the longer this goes on. If they can catch 1 more out, they must have a lot of confidence to go for a plant, and there it is. The catch onto Doki at range. That should be all they need to start thinking about a plant from here, but you've got to be so mindful of where Blur and Saves are holding right now. Starting to get bathroom opened up to the left-hand side of Blur. He steps across and gets one, instantly traded out. Good play from BDS. He's now dead teammate in Blur. I think they have probably have a good idea of where he is. Indeed they do, and Lem collects the kill. So here we need to deal with, there's a jammer, there's whatever it might be. It has to be cleared out. You can identify it without risking drones inside the building itself. Red stairs being secured by Shaiko and has one peeking in quite aggressively. In fact, it was Doki.
Oh.
Why are you there, Doki?
No, I love to see Joe on the Ash. Big thing they're not working with here is this clash. They haven't been able to deal with him. And oh no, that wasn't the intended target, but they'll get one anyway. Renshiro, grenade in hand. Blur trying to be the difference maker here, but he's actually shooting in the wrong spot. Kendrew's trying to deliver all of the intel, but it's not happening, Des.
2 impacts for Lem as well. They could potentially do some damage here to Kendrew. Say it's down in the dirt. It means there's only the clash left. And I thought his position was quite smart.
Right early on, what it's been able to do, however, is give the opportunity for BDS to back on up into Cocktail, but it's pushed them back. They won't have what they need unless Rafal could be the difference maker. Are you talking about grenades? They've evened it out to a 2-2.
It's like running around landmines in this round. It feels like if you're on the side of BDS here, just constantly he's pulled it off once. I'm not quite sure he can do it again here with only 10 seconds left on the clock. But let's see what he can achieve. Rafal and Lem, he knows where Lem normally is holding. He's down quite low here. He's even injured him. Rafal's got no HP. All it's going to take is one more gunshot to come through, but he has no idea where he is. He's going to
presence that they want. They really want this power position from the front. Joe is going to use a heck of a lot of his breaching charges to get off that wall denial. And, well, Alems with his Elder says goodnight to Blur. And why is that such an important pick? Well, Renshiro's on the Kaid, and the only way to deal with the Kaid on the wall of Bakery is to make sure that you use the Maverick.
To fight. I want some kills in the books. I want to start making things more comfortable for the players that are now playing around me, because Kendrew is the VIP. He's the one who's playing around here.
What a shame here for Na'Vi. They were able to even the number count with those flurry of kills.
Now to frags here, and it's a lot of work to do being caught out by the Wamais, the thing that BDS banned away for so long. Now they're making good use of it once again. Trade shots down to 20 HP, and Rafal can just fire away to his heart's content through the wall. Down he goes, and BDS now moves to 6-3, match and series points here in semi-final number 1 of the EU finals.
The results, or rather the round count, don't demonstrate how on fire he's been, and that's a nice down there onto Kendra. He was playing it safe, but you can't be safe when there's Bride below. That's going to be a clone giving Rafal's position away, and all of a sudden things are kicking off. Doki's been down on the top floor as well, but I don't think they know this, and they've just missed each other down from white stairs. The first person to swing will be the winner. Who will it be?
Well, Lem can't really swing him at this point. He's going to step out. Oh, he swung first and still lost the gunfight. Pillars. One thing I do have to acknowledge is the very big lack of drones, though, for the side of Na'Vi. They have the one left alive for Doki that I imagine is watching a flank somewhere. This is why having an Iana on side can be pretty big for you in terms of working wonders. Down he goes, though. Didn't anticipate that one. And now there's a scramble. 10 seconds to go. Got to burst into sight. Bride, big clutch support player, once again gets the kill that he needs. And now we've got to see some magic from Blur. He's got to stick the plan. This one is done and dusted. Bride to complete the 4K. BDS win the best of 3 against Na'Vi and move into the EU finals on Sunday.